Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our English class for SMIN 13 Surabaya. How are you everybody? I hope you are in a good condition. If you have any question about last material, you can ask me directly through WhatsApp or through my email. Today's topic is about procedure text. In, the, in today's meeting, we would like to discuss any of features and structure that we can find in the procedure text. What is procedure text? Where can you find the procedure text? And everything about procedure text. Let's go on. What is procedure text? Procedure text is a text that shows a process in order. Maybe you have found some example in your daily life, maybe in Bahasa Indonesia or maybe in English. You can find a procedure text in your machine when you first time open your new smartphone, when you first time you open your new electronical devices, you will find a procedure text. It is called a procedure text. Why? Because it shows a process in order. What we use procedure text in our daily life, the procedure text has a function to tell or describe the reader how to do or make something through a sequence of series. So it will help people understand the process or sequence of doing something through all the text. Okay, there are some types of procedure text. First is text that instruct how to do a particular activity, such as recipes, rules for games, science experiments, or road safety rules. Throughout those texts, the reader will find the instruction of how doing a particular activities. When they found a text like this, they will find a way of doing something. Then it is called procedure text. The first one. The second types of procedure text is the text that instruct how to operate things, such as how to operate an appliance, a machine, the photocopier, the computer, smartphone, etc. You can find it by yourself. As I told to you before, we can find it when you first open your television, when you first unboxing your first smartphone, your washing machine, your blender, and etc. You will find a text that instruct you of how operating things. Why it is important for you to have such text? Because when you first time handling a machine, handling an electronical device, you will need the text to instruct you, because sometimes we are not familiar with that kind of machine. The most common example of procedural text is a recipe. Yes, you can find a procedural text in recipe. Maybe some of you likes to cook, then you will find a text in recipe. It is a procedural text. We will see the example later. Now, the generic structure to understand the use of procedural text, or maybe in the future you will make some products that you will need your consumer to have read the procedural text. Then you will need a structure to understand the structure of how to write a procedural text. First of all, you need a goal or aim. What is the goal you need your reader to determine? You need your reader to reach. In this goal or aim, you need to state what is to be done or showing the purpose. So the main idea, you need to put the main idea in front of the text, on the top of the list. Before you start with the procedure, you need to write down the goal or aim. After you have the goal or aim, and then you write down all of the materials listed in order of use, includes the needed to complete the task or telling the needed materials. So, so you need to put in this material list what things that is needed to suitable inside of your material on your product, on your procedure. Okay, and then the last one is method, or a series of steps to achieve the purpose. Okay, you have your goal, and then you have the materials needed to make these goals happen. And then the last one is you need the steps of how you can reach these goals. So to make your text becomes logical and become reachable by the reader, then you will need to put a correct language feature. Throughout the text, you need to put procedure text need to be simple but readable and understandable. Therefore, you need to use action verb. It doesn't need subject because the subject is the reader. So you need to put directly the verb in front of every sentence of your direction. Next, you need to use imperative sentence. This imperative sentence means that you will need to order to ask the reader to do what is need to be done. And then using simple present tense because it is white, the time is white. You don't know when your customer will read your text, so it is must to use a simple present tense. Okay, and then to make sure that they follow the steps, then they will need to use the linking word. The linking words need to be done with the time, such as first, second, when to use this, after this, then the next step, like that. It could help you to connect between the text. It will help also the reader to understand the step from the first until the last. Okay, and the last one, you need to put detailed information on how to use that things, on how to do the things, or on how to make things to be done. Okay, let's see the example in this recipe. First of all, you can see the title, how to make a pancake. It is the generic structure. It is the goal on how you can make a pancake. I would like to make a pancake. So how can we make a pancake? I can make a pancake, and I would like to share people of how to make a pancake. So the goal of this text is making a good pancake based on my recipe or based on some recipe. This is the first structure. You need a goal. And then the second one is the materials. The items need to be prepared before you finish the recipe. Okay? In this section, you will see ingredients. You need 1 egg, 1 1/4 cup all-purpose flour, 1 1/4 cup milk, a half teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons baking powder, and 3 tablespoons butter melted, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 teaspoon real vanilla extract. All of these ingredients are the materials you need to realize your pancake. It is impossible for you to cook a perfect pancake if you don't have those ingredients, if you don't have those items, if you don't have those materials. See, it is important for you to put the materials, every materials needed. It is important for you to make a good pancake without having a baking powder. It is impossible for you to make a good pancake if you don't have a tablespoon of sugar. After that, you will see the steps. This is very important. After you have the idea of what you are making today, and then after you have all of the ingredients needed, the last one is steps. You will need steps. Okay, use a large bowl. You can see this, the language feature here. In this sentence, you use an action verb, use, and then it is imperative. It asks you the text asks you to do something. Use a large bowl and mix together the baking powder, flour, salt and sugar, etc., etc. Okay? After you complete finishing this material, I hope that you can make a good procedure text. We will continue our lesson to the practice, and we will practice more to develop a good procedure text. Okay? I will see you in the next meeting. Thank you very much everybody. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.